Hello, 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 family. This your African diaspora teacher coming to you from near and far. Today's episode, it's a response to a brother called Unapologetic Negropean. In our dictionary, a Negropean is our lawyers who wear wigs in the hot sun of Africa. Most of our parliamentarians and some of our African leaders, Negropean. And the ultimate Negropean is no other than Mobutu Sese Seko Banda. He is the king of all Negropean. He is dead now, but his body cannot be buried in the new Dr. Congo, as I call it, DRC. The new government of Kabila in 95, I guess, told the family, you know what, go look for Zaire, because the flag has been stripped off, the name has been kicked out, and Zaire just vanished into the thin air. That was the end of that king Negropean, Mobutu Sese Seko Banda. Yeah, I'm not here to go into the character of the brother, but and I know he chose that name for a reason, maybe for notoriety, you know. But in our Pan-African dictionary, a Negropean is like a Negro. A Negro. Yeah, typical art chapter. Typical art chapter. And the rest that I don't want to go into name calling, because that kind of brought about divisions and stuff. But we all can agree on art chapter. The processed hair, forked tongue, money grabbing, attention seeking, art chapter. Anyway, so the response is about he is coming to share expose on people. And the latest one is the Bag family, which I don't take lightly. I was on his page some time ago when he came hard on a sweet lady called Art Carty. Art Carty is not an angel, but coming after her the way he did was crude, lack of empathy, and lack of security for a woman living in a new world or a new address with her mother. If anything, you should give respect to the mother. You do not go about giving the security, the security layout of a lady that she's living alone. She's alone. She's living alone. What do you mean? What that entails? So I took offense to that because it's not fair. And first of all, before we continue, I would like to educate all of us about certain security measures that Africans have been taking before Europeans brought their core system. Okay, if anybody have read Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe, we all should know that in Chinua Achebe's book, Chinua Achebe, no matter how you want to pronounce it, in that book, when a man committed a crime, the ultimate crime of taking the life of somebody, if it's not his behavior, if it's not something that made him a murderer or habitual criminal or habitual murderer, he will be banished from town into another town. The only time that he will be killed for eye for an eye is when he's been found to be a very bad human being by his peers, by consensus, not through lawyer or any jury, but by consensus of elders that this man is supposed to be done with. We can't even send him to the nurse town. We can't pass him to a nurse town. But when you commit a murder by mistake, you have second chance. There's second chances in Africa. See, so same with, if you have read The Godfather, these Italian thugs who were parading the streets of America in the 1930s and 40s. Anytime they sent a man to go do anything heinous, the moment he did that and the police is coming close to him, they parcel him into a steamboat into Sicily, where he can have a second chance. Even he, mafia, hitman, can have a second chance. The second chance has never been something that is available to our people. They have nowhere to hide. They have nowhere to hide, our people, due to the Tarzan movies of the 50s and 60s. Africa has been a place where black people wouldn't even want to run to, even if it's for their own solace and safety. The Tarzan movie, according to Jesse Jackson, was acted in Puerto Rico, and every African language spoken in the Tarzan movie was a made-up African language. And every black man acted in Tarzan movie was not a continental African. They were all picked from here, from so-called Hollywood, by Jewish thugs in the movie industry. That Tarzan had put the nail in the coffin of Africa's image in the minds of so many people until today as I'm speaking. Tarzan has made an irreparable damage to the psyche of the African in the diaspora everywhere, especially in America here. Tarzan still ruled high when it comes to the image of Africa. Tarzan is still ruling, even though the movie is a movie of an old black and white, whatever. Okay, so for the first time, Africans have found a place or African Americans have found a place where they could move to and live a second life. The crime atmosphere in America, the justice atmosphere, or in the injustice atmosphere in America here is not something that we all don't know about. We all know what instigated all these crimes. There's a Netflix movie that has been making rounds on YouTube about how crime was brewed to get the black people. Private organization of which name I have no recollection now. A correctional private organization which Walmart, IBM, Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, name them, senators, governors, judges were all part of this private organization which make laws, and one of their most heinous law was 3 strike you out that they gave to Clinton was brewed in those private meetings or private clubs. A private club where Walmart and governors were part of. They make laws that will make them more money by putting black people in jail. Laws that will stifle the rights of black people. And they will make those laws, they will connive and conspire to pass a law. Meanwhile, these members of these private organizations are still judges who run quickly and sit on a bench waiting for the result of the conspiracy that they cooked against black people. That had locked down so many black people that Clinton had to come and apologize for the 3 strikes you out. The wife said even though the crime bill was a good one, it has caused so many irreparable damages to the black people. Supposed to do one thing, but it went and did so many wrong things along the way. That is the crime bill that Clinton had to apologize for it, simply because the wife was running against who? Barack Obama, no, against Trump in 2016. So we all know the crime atmosphere in America. So for a man whose back, many black people's back has been hurt up against the wall. So when you find yourself in a situation like this and you find a solace, a place where you could live a second life and leave all the horrible nightmare behind, then here comes a Negropean coming, shedding light on what? Little petty crimes. If you could be in the pocket of a man who will be arrested for something that is below $500, you know a man with family in America, anywhere. We've been deliberately made to be criminals in America. Deliberately. I don't know about your England that you came from, but it seems like there's something about English black people and American black people at each other. That is un-African, Mr. Negropean. That is very, very un-African. Okay. Going behind a man past, a man who is doing something in a new environment, just as Africans who send a man who have committed murder into another town. Say, go into another town so that you could be able to marry, be able to have a second chance, be able to have a family. Your family will not ever see you again. but they might go and visit you, but at least your family knew you were not dead. But due to the shame of what you have done, if you remain in your village A, you might not find a wife because you have spoiled your hand. That's what we say in Africa. You spoil your hand. You damage your hands. So your hand is not good. So you cannot even take your hand to hold onto another woman, because the family will say that is the man who have killed so and so and so and so person. So for that reason, if it's a crime of innocence, you'll be banished from your town to another town where you could go and live. Go and read Chinua Achebe, and you see what happened to that man when he, I think if it's not Okonkwo or Okonkwo's father, okay, you'll be banished after your peers have seen that, you did not do it deliberately, or you did it out of anger. So you'll be banished, so that the shame will not remain on the other family of yours in this town. So it's an African, and people who heard about it on a new town maybe 10 years later will not even speak it loudly. It may be something they will be murmuring, that man. You remember that murder of the kings, or that murder of a woman somewhere far away town. It was that man, But your respect will be guarded. People will just murmur. Children will even hear it. This is Africa that believes or believed in second chances. We still have it. We still have it. We still have it. We still have it. I tried to be a storyteller when I was growing up. Now in my teens, there was this lady from our hometown in Accra. It was a weekend. She was struggling with a knife and a bucket. She was ready to do a party. She was trying to make a chicken. She cut the throat of the chicken, and I was about to remove the feathers of the chicken for a party that she was about to do that Saturday. And the grandmother, her own grandmother, was struggling with her with the bucket. That don't use that bucket or that big pan for that. Use the other one. They were struggling. Meanwhile, the knife that she was holding, with the knife that she just used to kill the fowl, was still in her hand. The grandmother, mother of her mother, was struggling with the big pan. That don't use this one. This one is too new. Guess what? The knife caught the grandmother's stomach, the grandmother's past. Okay. That was a secret. The police came, they arrested her, but it was a crime of innocence. Okay. That was somewhere around a long time ago. Okay. That was a crime of innocence. And that lady has been shielded. She has been shielded so that she can go on in her life and have a husband and have children. She has been shielded because it's a crime of innocence. Okay, if everybody have to be in her case that, oh, she's a murderer, she's a murderer, she's a murderer, she will not have a husband. And any children that will come from that lady, if they could be one day be a good scientist, engineer, a head of state, or anything of importance, our own mouth will have denied the lady those fruits. So not everything that we can take for granted and be parading people's background. If you want to be investigators, who sent Mr. Unapologetic Negropean? Who sent you? You want to be investigator? You want to be Sherlock Holmes? Who sent you? Why, sniffing behind people? A man of your stature shouldn't be doing that. Take it from me, your brother. You have a stature that we would like you to use in Africa for better things, into a farming, into animal husbandry, cattle ranching, into many other things that you could do with your stature, a man of your stature. And shame on you, all the people who follow you, instigating you to bring something about other people. Shame on you all. Okay, a man of your stature is supposed to be doing something for our youth in Africa to see, not this gossiping. You have a stature. In Africa, people with your stature are looked up to. Not in this, this way. Use your stature so that young people, young African male, can see a role model in you. Not this digging. No. If Art Cathy and the rest and the Black family are doing anything bad, that is up to the Gambian or the African equivalent of the FBI to investigate them. If they have ever done anything wrong, let the United States government go after them. But not your business to be, when people have paid their due, already paid their due, whatever it is, and they want to have peace of mind and relocate it. Everybody deserves a second chance. Africa believed in a second chance. Okay, so please, Mr. Negropean, don't come under the disguise of an animal lover, animal rights. We don't do that in Africa. We know the right of animals long, and that's why all the animals in Africa are still in their numbers until we came into contact with these hypocrites, very, very hypocrite, who love animals at the same time, who pay $20,000, $50,000 to kill, shoot animals in gaming. We don't do that in Africa. So the hypocrisy of loving animal rights, it's too hypocritical, and for a black man to fall in that category of being an animal lover because couple of camel have been killed, or for whatever reason, if a camel is killed in Africa, probably is being eaten by the people. But people who come and shoot our animals in gaming. One useless doctor came from Minnesota and came and fraudulently killed a lion that is loved by a lot of people in Zimbabwe. And Mugabe was looking for his ass. He had to be smuggled into South Africa and then find his way back to America. That is hypocrisy. Animal lovers are hypocrites. We don't need that. Animal lovers, animal rights lovers, or animal rights activists are in the main are no more than feminists, black feminists who are anti-black male and black family. At the same time, say they are women of substance to be taken seriously. You can't be a black woman and be a feminist, and you are not anti-black, especially anti-black male. So for a black man to say he's an animal rights activist, it's marks of hypocrisy. That is white people's stupidity. right there. Because they love animals at the same time they come to Africa to kill our animals for gaming. We don't kill for gaming. We kill we kill animals for a reason. We either eat them we kill animals just to eat them. We don't kill animals just to show our manhood. It's a punk that will do that. Shoot animal from far. If you want to kill an animal, go and kill it like a Maasai kill them. Go straight into the animal. Go straight into the lion's den and kill the lion. The Maasai do that as a rite of passage. But don't stay far away and use a gun and kill an animal and say, look at me, I'm a strong man. And who are you trying to impress? Jane? Okay, that's what white men do. So we don't want that type of animal rights activist, parading that kind of a flag, to derail other men, and then derailing men and exposing men for what reason? You have to be running expose on people. Mr. Negropean, that is not African. Africans always give second chance. We give second chance. In an old Africa, I'm not talking about now that there's so much rife of corruption where, people pat their brothers back because they belong to a secret society. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the old Africa that looked into situation and said, no, you are innocent of this crime, but it's because of anger or because of something. So because of that, we're giving you a second chance. We're not going to kill you. The evil forest is still there. We still have it. In my area, they call it the Fifth Lagoon, where they will bury your head. They'll bury you up to here. And vultures and hawks would deal with your eyeballs. It's still there in Ghana, in Anglo-Ghana. The Fifth Lagoon. We have several lagoons. The Fifth Lagoon is for burying you alive. When it is found that you are just no good to your family and to the nation. It is the same forest that they call the evil forest in Things Fall Apart. Okay. Because the Igbos and the Ebbers and the Yorubas have the same Ifa system and the same oracle system and the same judgment system. So you'll be buried. Okay, that is justice. But those who are found to be a crime of innocence are banished. In the same Things Fall Apart. You'll be banished from the town into another town, where you could go and live a peaceful life and another second chance to your life. Married, have children, and stay over there and don't come back. So when people are finding a way from America to go to Africa from their past, let a sleeping dog lie low, Mr. Negropean, if you don't know any culture. If you don't know any culture, this is the culture of Africa. Leave people alone. Leave people alone. Find a new job. Join, if you want to do investigative job, join the Gambian security force. As the equivalence of an FBI. In Africa, in Ghana, we call it CID, Criminal Investigative Department. Join them if they can allow you to join them. Or join the military police. And leave people alone. Leave people alone. Leave their lives alone. They have families. They have new lives to live. Leave them alone. Stop that you're doing. People are looking for wives to marry. People are looking for husbands to marry in their new environment. What you're doing is not good. Don't use YouTube popularism and viewership to derail people. is bad. That is un-African. But I know you are Negropean, so if that is the case, we don't need people like you. We don't need people like you. Stay in your Europe. Stay the fuck in your Europe. Stay in your Europe. What you're doing to people is bad. You're destroying lives. People want to marry. People want a new life to marry. People want a new life so that they could marry. They could live. They could have a new relationship, business-wise, family-wise. No, Mr. Negropean. I like you as a human being. I'm talking to you as a brother. We have a culture, and you are sidestepping this culture. Africa is no wild, wild west. Okay? Africa has a culture. It's so deep. It's so old. You may think Art Cathy is doing something bad in the Gambia, but what you are doing is worse than what you think Art Cathy is doing. Main Street, what you're doing on this main street. Woo. Main Street, how you all doing on the main street? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hey. Don't give it up to the masquerade, cause it's gonna fool you around, pull you down. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it down. And when it all come down, what you all do on the main street? Main Street. Ooh. How you all doing on the main street? Oh. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. The main street. How you all doing on the main street? Hold it on, hold it on. Don't give it up to this masquerade. Oh Lord, cause it's gonna pull you down, fool you around. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. When it all comes down, what you gonna do on the main street? Hey, 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 hey. Oh, oh, oh. Take it easy, y'all. Don't bring that main street to Africa. Don't bring the main street to Africa. The main street. What you all doing on the main street? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Don't give it up to the main street, Lord. Don't give it out to this masquerade, cause it's gonna pull you down, fool you around. Holy, 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 holy. When it all comes down, what you gonna do on the main street? What you gonna do on Main Street? Don't give it out to the masquerade. Don't, cause it's gonna fool you around, pull you down. Oh, 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 oh. A main street. How you all doing here on the main street? Lord, oh Lord. Don't give it out to the masquerade, 'cause it's gonna pull you down and fool you around. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it down. When it all comes down, what you gonna do on the main street? É Bazanha.